Now on CoastTV News.
Heavy traffic, questions about safety and what new road rules could do for Millsboro.
An update on the Lewis Overfall Preserve and what the Planning Commission decided.
Over budget at the beach, the new patrol station in Rehoboth is going to cost more than some had bargained for.
And one last time from the Oval Office, President Biden addressing the nation in his farewell speech.
We'll have one more cold day tomorrow before the temperatures rise into the 40s, but not long after that, the coldest air mass of the season will sweep down upon us.
This is CoastTV News at 11.
Slow down, Millsboro. A change to the speed limit is under consideration. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Christina DeRobertis. Welcome to CoastTV News at 11. We begin tonight focused on traffic and safety in Millsboro.
The town has requested that DelDOT immediately pursue multiple traffic safety measures as the population continues to grow.
CoastTV reporter Zakia Jennings shows us what those safety measures are and what the problem seems to be.
Consistent traffic on Route 24. Now add cars trying to turn into that consistent traffic. That's what's happening at the intersection of Route 24 and Plantation Lakes, a new housing development. Millsboro's town council requested that DelDOT immediately pursue various traffic safety and traffic control measures. DelDOT's Director of Community Relations, C.R. McLeod, shared with CoastTV that a traffic study is leading them to those safety measures.
One of the outcomes of that was that we will be adding a new traffic signal at that intersection.
And McLeod says DelDOT isn't stopping there.
The town has also asked us to just evaluate the posted speed limit and look at whether a reduction in speed could also help address some of the safety concerns in that area.
Barbara Heverin says this is something her community desperately needs, especially as Millsboro grows in size.
I think we really need it because it takes us like probably 5 minutes just to get out of the development to wait for traffic from both sides. We definitely need a red light there.
Now I'm standing here on the corner at the intersection of Route 24 and Plantation Lakes. And as you can see behind me, it does take cars a minute to actually be able to turn this corner safely. DelDOT says they are in the process of creating design plans for this intersection, but there is no specific timeline as to when the traffic signal will go up, but it will be in 2025. In Millsboro, I'm Zakia Jennings, Coast TV News.
We're looking live outside into Lewis now, and our First Alert Chief Meteorologist Paul Williams is going to join us with a first check on the weather. Hey there, Paul.
Hey, and what we're looking at right now is continuing. Come on, act right, you computer. Thank you. All right, we're going to be continuing to expect for the cold weather to stick around. Maybe so cold the clicker's not working right. We're looking at 24 degrees actually, dew point of 15. Winds right now gently at 3 miles per hour, but that's going to pick up a little momentum a little bit later on. Overall, we're going to have temperatures settling into the lower 20s. It's just going to start to taking a nosedive into the 20s, and then the wind chill factor into the teens till we eventually get to single digits. I mean, we've had a temperature trend really starting from, let's say, the second day of the year, and all the blue is representing all the days in which we've had temperatures deviating below the norm for this time of the year. Only one day we had just 2 degrees above the norm. All the other days we've been colder than usual. And guess what? More colder than usual weather is on the way, Charlie.
Thank you, Paul. In Lewis this evening, the city's planning commission held a meeting for the Overfall Preserve project that, if approved, would add 90 townhomes to a site on Savannah Road. And as Coast TV News reporter Brendan Conroy shows us, while the project does give more homes to people who need them, opinions on that plan, they are split.
A plan for more homes, more amenities to an already rapidly growing Sussex County was denied Wednesday evening.
The development does not have safe connectivity to a state or city roadway.
The Overfall Preserve site located on Savannah Road will not be adding any more homes at this time.
There are legitimate concerns.
The plan to add 90 homes and the extras that go with it did not make it past the Lewis Planning Commission. Some of the top concerns, the suitability of the site for homes and the lack of connectivity to Kings Highway. Rick Quill lives in Lewis and says it's already too crowded.
The housing stock to me is we don't need any R2 10,000 square foot lot single family homes.
But some people were disappointed by the decision. Carol Gardner lives on the property. She's in favor of the project, but she thinks there's actually too much time spent going over and over the same thing.
They want to have another meeting and maybe a public hearing again.
While the Planning Commission denied this most recent plan, the future of the property isn't over. They will meet again on the 29th to discuss any new potential plans for the Overfall Preserve site. In Lewis, Brendan Conroy, CoastTV News.
Well, we have been covering the ongoing construction for the Rehoboth Beach Patrol station. Now the contractor has released new budget numbers and a timeline for when it will be done. While the construction is on schedule for May 16th, the budget is not. According to city documents, the contractor's original budget was $4.8 million, but documents show the current total sits at $5.6 million. Still, some people in Rehoboth say they're excited to see the new and improved building.
Anytime you can improve, especially a tourist town, it's a good thing for everybody.
And next week, there will be a topping off ceremony. That's where city staff, Beach Patrol alumni all get a chance to sign a part of the new station.
There is now a new DELDOT system. It's called clankers at the Mispillion Bridge in Milford. They're actually boat buoys, and their purpose is to prevent the bridge from being hit by trucks that are too tall. DELDOT came up with the system after the bridge had multiple instances of being run into and needing repairs, which caused delays and closures on the road. The buoys hang down at just about the same height as the bridge, so they will audibly warn any drivers that wouldn't fit underneath.
And yes, it's a good idea that they do have the warning devices now. They're letting, especially people with trailers or whatever kind of trucks or whatever they are. Hopefully there won't be any more trucks hitting the bridge.
In a farewell address tonight from the Oval Office, President Biden looked to shape his legacy and defend his record. And while offering a mix of hope for the future and warnings about potential threats, NBC's Alice Barr has the latest from Washington.
Parting words from President Biden as he prepares to close out a 50-year career in politics and cement his legacy.
It's been the highest honor of my life to lead you as Commander-in-Chief.
He touted today's announcement of a long-sought ceasefire and hostage deal between Israel and Hamas and pointed to strengthened alliances, pandemic recovery, and gains in jobs, infrastructure, and prescription drug costs.
It will take time to feel the full impact of all we've done together. But the seeds are planted, and they'll grow and they'll bloom for decades to come.
But the president's approval rating remains low and his record unfinished. His last primetime Oval Office address, his announcement that, under pressure from his own party and questions about his age and fitness, he was dropping his re-election run. Now, as he prepares to hand over power, President Biden issuing a warning.
Today, an oligarchy is taking shape in America of extreme wealth, power, and influence that literally threatens our entire democracy.
Also addressing threats from climate change, the spread of misinformation on social media, and the promise and peril of artificial intelligence, urging Americans to keep pushing forward.
Now it's your turn to stand guard. May you all be the keeper of the flame. May you keep the faith.
The president wishing the incoming Trump administration success while offering thanks and hopes for the future to the American people. In Washington, Alice Barr, NBC News.
President Biden is set to attend Monday's inauguration of President-elect Trump, along with the three other living former presidents, Obama, Clinton, and Bush.
Milton is getting a new water tower. We have covered the Milton Water Tower project in the past, and we have a new update for you. The town is now accepting bids for a water tower project that would upgrade the current one and also build a new one. Milton plans to upgrade the tower floor, the generator, and the tower's testing equipment. It's expected to cost more than $500,000 for the upgrades. All that will add up to over $500,000. Some people in Milton say it's long overdue.
It's necessary because, a lot of people are moving away from big cities around this area, and I guess, Reason why they're doing it because the population's growing so fast.
A new water tower would be located at the intersection of Federal Street and Rails to Trails in Milton. We are just getting going tonight.
Still to come, bird flu battle. It's continuing to spread across Delmarva. What the ag business is doing to mitigate the damage.
And next, rental rules in Ocean City. One plan for a month-long minimum has been scrapped, but another plan is still being debated.
And our storyline for the Bay Area as well as along the inland areas. Cold for tomorrow, cloudy, and a possible snow shower. But over the weekend, we're looking for good old-fashioned rain. Your full forecast up in 60 seconds.
Tomorrow at 4 on Coast Life, why brave souls are taking an icy plunge. Plus, it's National Blood Donor Month. Why now is the perfect time to roll up your sleeve and help save lives. Coast Life, tomorrow at 4 on Coast TV.
I needed to do some safe floor. I slipped in my old floor and I broke my kneecap. I called Pinnacle, they came. The team was very professional. And then when I came home 2 o'clock, my garage was done. That's the best part. I loved it. Pinnacle did a really great job. They did this beautiful floor and safe to walk. Call Pinnacle, you will not be disappointed. You'll be happy, like I am.
How else am I supposed to know that bike is stolen?
Was it a clear-cut deal or a low-down steal?
Did you think that you were just a good bargainer?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, I did.
Judge Judy.
Thursday at 2 on Coast TV.
Well, we're going to be dealing with the kind of cold that will make you rethink your life decisions by the time we get to next week, to be quite honest. However, it's just kind of, par for the course as far as dealing with this particular season. And we kind of had a feel for, from a climatological standpoint, that this would be a bit of a challenging winter season as it pertains to temperatures. That foot of snow, that was an anomaly, one heck of an anomaly. But we are looking for a little bit of snow, but just a teaser amount of snow at best. Our Bay Health camera in Dover, we're looking at about 25 degrees. Dew point temperatures at 9. Now we're going to drop down to 23 by midnight, down to 20 degrees by the 3 o'clock hour. Overall, we're still very cool. In fact, temperatures are well below the norm for this time of the year. We're currently holding at about 24 degrees in Rehoboth, 22 in Milton, as well as 22 degrees in Delmar, 23 right now in Seaford. We have an active freeze spray advisory for Lewis Beach, Rehoboth Beach, Dewey Beach, Indian River Inlet, Ocean View, Fenwick Island. Now, when we talk about a freezing spray advisory, we're talking about, the water washing upon the shore, the spray coming off, and then when it hits something, it freezes immediately, possibly causing a icy coating, okay? So that's what that advisory is saying. You have to watch out for it. So it's not a warning, so we're not expecting a certain thickness, but it's a possibility is the whole point. Small craft advisory is active and still active throughout the Chesapeake Bay area, meaning that we're concerning about, particularly near Cambridge, about 25-mile-per-hour gusts. Along with these temperatures falling, that makes for a very uncomfortable combination. We are seeing it staying mainly clear throughout the Northeast at this point, with the dominant high-pressure system still in play. Now, we're going to be mindful of a possible Alberta clipper that's going to come calling, as I like to call it, by next week. But for right now, we just deal with normalized, unusual cold. We're looking for temperatures to step into the teens for tomorrow. Now, we'll start off single digits in the early morning hours before 8 o'clock, and then we'll step up to 16 with the actual temperature of 16. The winds will die down. Then they'll pick up later on in the afternoon, so we'll separate nicely by the afternoon hours. We'll feel like the 20s, even though the thermometer will be indicating the 30s. Breaking it down, we'll also have thick cloud cover, and we'll finally just barely get over that hump of freezing at about 34 degrees. And when you take a look from a regional standpoint, everybody's in the mid-30s for the most part, no matter what part of the Delmarva Peninsula that you travel to. And then the wind chill factors. By lunchtime, we're in the 20s. And then as we go into Friday, we'll stay in the 20s. But then look at how the winds will be knifing its way out of the northwest. And for next week, before we come to a close, we're looking for Arctic air Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. We're looking for sub-zero wind chills. Yeah, just in case you didn't hear that in the back. Wind chills below zero is what I just said for next week. Get your mind right, okay? All right, here we go. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Yeah, that cold after inaugural day and Martin Luther King Day, yeah, it's going to be that serious kind of cold, Charlie and Christina.
Sounds serious. All right, thank you for that, Paul. Well, earlier this week, Ocean City Council had a meeting debating the idea of a month-long minimum length of stay for renters in certain neighborhoods. But after fierce pushback during a public comment period, that plan was quickly rejected. But that doesn't mean the idea of a minimum stay is dead. The council is now going to look at a possible week-long length of stay in some specific neighborhoods, something one realtor says might be a problem.
Most of them want to be able to offset the high costs of having a property in Ocean City. And then when they're able to afford to not have to rent, they don't.
The next time the council will talk about the proposed changes will be during a work session. From there, it will either move forward to a first reading or be taken out entirely.
This brings us to our Coast TV poll. We want to know, what is the ideal minimum stay for these types of R1 rentals?
Let's take a look at the updated results. And so far, it looks like 56%, most people saying 7 days. 24% say 2 days. 12% saying no minimum, and a few saying 5 days or 14 days.
If you haven't voted yet, you can still do that. Go to CoastTV.com or use the Coast TV mobile app. The highly contagious bird flu continues to spread on Delmarva. The Maryland Department of Agriculture says the bird flu was detected at a V, and the announcement comes just 4 days after the virus was detected at a commercial poultry operation in Caroline County. In Delaware, 2 Kent County commercial operations also detected bird flu. The Delmarva Chicken Association said farmers need to limit people and animals on their farms and disinfect anything that comes into contact with flocks.
It's just, again, really important to practice those biosecurity measures to make sure that that line of separation is really the key. And I know folks are doing it. We're just asking them to do it even more during this time frame right now.
Some farmers say they have not seen the bird flu spread this quickly in the past. Still to come, unintended consequences. The ban on TikTok is sending hordes of people to another Chinese-owned app.
And next, gas prices going up, what the numbers look like, and at least one reason why it's happening.
Okay. Mom, you have my lunchbox? I have your lunchbox.
What if your morning is just easier? At Wawa,
Good morning.
it is. With everything you need to get your day moving. Mornings made easy. Gotta have a Wawa.
Happy New Year from the dealership that puts you, the customer, first in everything we do. First State Chevrolet in Georgetown.
Rates as low as 2.4% and $2,000 off on this new 2025 Chevy Silverado.
Save over $3,000 on this 2024 Chevrolet Blazer. Sales, service, parts, body shop, and towing all in one convenient location in Georgetown, 1 mile north of the DMV.
We are First State Chevy in Georgetown, where we put you, the customer, first. Together, let's drive.
Accidents happen when you least expect them. Big or small, when accidents strike, things can get a little complicated. This is where the law office of Trap-Nickel steps in. Our experienced team fights for your rights, turning tough situations into significant compensation. If you've suffered an injury, claim the justice you're entitled to. The law office of Trap-Nickel. Your priority is our priority.
Come out for the Delmarva Shorebirds Hot Stove Banquet, Thursday, January 30th at the Waikamaco Youth and Civic Center. Get your tickets today, which includes a buffet-style dinner and your opportunity to meet Orioles manager Brandon Hyde. Plus, there'll be a cash bar and silent auction with sports memorabilia from your favorite MLB and minor league teams. Proceeds benefit the Shorebirds Fly Together Fund. Tickets available now at theshorebirds.com.
Right now, Wawa Rewards members can get any size hot coffee for $1, or any size iced coffee for $2, or a 16-ounce Monster Energy for $3. So why aren't you a Wawa Rewards member yet? Join and redeem your bonus offers today.
Listen to Coast Country 103.9 and 106.3. We're Delmarva proud.
This is Coast TV News at 11.
U.S. oil prices continue to climb. On Wednesday, crude was trading just under $80 per barrel, and that's a high we haven't seen since August. The increase in the cost of oil is having an effect on filling up the tank as well. As of Wednesday, the national average for a gallon of gas was $3.09. According to AAA, here in Sussex County, it's a little higher than that at $3.12. One of the factors causing energy to jump, last week President Joe Biden imposed stringent sanctions on Russia's oil industry.
We are just days away from that controversial TikTok ban. And with that option disappearing, users are flocking to another app. A lot of people seem to be pushing aside any security concerns with TikTok's ties to China by downloading another Chinese app. It's called Red Note, and it was the most downloaded free app in the U.S. Apple Store on Tuesday. Now, this is also a video sharing platform. It's used by over 300 million people, most living in China, where TikTok is not available. The Americans on Red Note have rallied under the hashtag TikTokRefugee. Last year, Congress passed a law requiring TikTok's Chinese parent company to either sell the app or face it being shut down. The law is set to take effect on Sunday unless the Supreme Court blocks it temporarily.
The Transportation Department is suing Southwest Airlines, accusing it of operating 2 chronically delayed routes in 2022. The lawsuit filed Wednesday in California says the delays resulted in 180 flight disruptions. It alleges the airline is harming passengers and fair competition across the industry. The flights are between Chicago and Oakland, California, and between Baltimore and Cleveland. The disruptions occurred between April and August of 2022. Now, each flight on the route was delayed during those 5 months, and data submitted to the DOT by Southwest indicates the airline was responsible for over 90% of those disruptions.
Coming up in sports, see if Chesapeake College basketball was able to capture their 9th straight win, or Cecil College, did they end the streak?
And coming up, storms, fires, and insurance. How devastation on both coasts is driving up the cost of coverage.
And here's a look at the coverage for your forecast for the evening planner. And overnight, we're going to drop into the teens rather easily. And we're not even talking about the wind chill factor, which will sink into the single-digit category.
We salute Micah Eddy. Micah Eddy has significantly contributed to fire safety and rescue since starting as a volunteer at Singerly Fire Company in Elkton, Maryland in 2017. He's served in various leadership roles, including lieutenant and training officer, and earned the Chiefs Award in 2019. With a background in the Marine Corps, Micah also distinguished himself as a firefighter with Volunteer Hose of Middletown. Currently, he is a rescue technician with the Sussex County Technical Rescue Team. Micah's dedication and service are exemplary in both military and firefighting roles.
Spicer Brothers and CoastTV are honoring military persons and first responders serving Delmarva. If you have a family member, friend, or community member that you would like to nominate for a CoastTV salute, go to coasttvsalutes.com.
Listen to 93.5 The Beach, Delmarva's rock station.
Welcome to Farmhouse Pet Lodge, your pet's home away from home. Our state-of-the-art secure lodge offers exceptional care for dogs, cats, and other pets. For daycare or boarding with private suites, custom food prep, UV air filtration, centralized disinfection, and 24/7 care. Your pet will be safe, healthy, and happy. Book now and get 10% off your first stay. Ask about our grooming services and tailored training programs. Give your furry friends an amenity-filled vacation at our family-owned, conveniently located Farmhouse Pet Lodge.
It had been an ongoing issue with the ductboard that's underneath the home, a rancid odor, and I said, I'm calling Above and Beyond, and Graydon successfully eliminated all this odor. I have no more allergies, no more runny eyes. It's all gone thanks to this air scrubber. This is why I called Above and Beyond. One of the reasons that I went with Above and Beyond services is because I believe in this product, definitely. It's a lifesaver. I can breathe. I'm so much healthier.
Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. It's time to huddle up and talk football.
We're talking touchdowns, tackles, and everything in between. From game-changing plays to the latest news around the league.
We'll take a deep dive into all of the plays that made a difference.
We'll see you in the end zone.
Catch the End Zone Mondays at 5 on Big 107.7. Sponsored by Tyndall's Casual Furniture and North Star Heating and Air Conditioning.
There's only one place to go for your next vehicle. IG Burton, trusted since 1908 for our expert team, massive selection, and our unbeatable prices. You simply won't find a better deal anywhere else. But it's not just about unbeatable prices. It's about superior service before, during, and after each sale too. Visit us today, and remember,
nobody beats a Burton deal. Nobody.
Nobody beats an IG Burton deal.
This is the revolutionary socket fan by Bell & Howell. The amazing 2-in-1 ceiling fan and light. If you can screw in a light bulb, you can hang the socket fan light. Socket fan comes with this handy remote. You can control the light and the breeze that you need. Socket fan fits any standard light socket. You can do it yourself in less than 10 seconds.
And now, the socket fan lights with deep socket extender is yours for $49.95 with free shipping. Order now, and you can get a second fan for 50% off.
Get cool fast with Socket Fan.
The Eaton and Palisades fires are now the first and second most destructive wildfires in Southern California history.
Thousands of families have lost everything, and as these extreme weather events become more frequent, home insurance companies are hiking policy costs and in some cases dropping customers altogether.
In today's Consumer Watch, Jen Sullivan explains how climate change is impacting the home insurance industry across the country.
The deadly firestorm in Southern California has decimated communities, and for some, home insurance won't pick up the cost.
For years, the whole condo complex was covered by farmers insurance, and then they canceled.
Peggy Holter's condo was destroyed in the Pacific Palisades fire. She says she's only covered by California's FAIR Plan, which offers basic state coverage, but far less than a typical home insurance policy. Personal finance company Bankrate recently did a study and found 7 of the 12 largest insurance companies have either paused or placed heavy restrictions on new home policies in California in the last year.
California should have laws that say that companies cannot just drop you.
This isn't just an issue in California. Extreme weather is impacting home insurance policies and coverage across the country. Last year, there were 27 weather and climate disasters across the U.S., with losses exceeding $1 billion each, according to NOAA.
We're seeing just this increase in the number of severe weather events, but not just an increase in the number, it's the severity of these events.
As severe weather events become more frequent, many home insurance policies are raising their rates, and it's impacting almost every state. A separate Bankrate survey found the average home insurance cost rose in 35 of the 50 states between 2023 and 2024, some as high as 15%.
What's happening right now with all those homes being destroyed, we're going to need a lot of building materials, a lot of labor to put them back together. So that could potentially deplete resources for different pockets of the country.
There's not much homeowners can do to change these rising costs. Experts say it could be up to each state or even Congress to regulate the market by passing legislation to protect consumers. For Consumer Watch, I'm Jen Sullivan.
The Delmarva Sports Network from the Wawa Studios.
Good evening, sports fans. Tonight in Bayside action, 5-3 Parkside boys basketball taking on the Y-High Tribe, looking for their 4th straight win and hoping to get that tonight. Let's get into the action. 6 minutes to go in the first. James Harmon gets the rebound off the missed free throw and puts it in. Rams up 2-0. Later on in the first, Y-High finally gets on the board when Landon Roach finds Tyson Hayward down the court, who finishes the tough layup to make it 4-2 Rams. With about 1:05 to go, Parkside passing it around the arc. Nathan Pusey, Javon Comagese in the corner for 3 points. Rams ahead 9-4. To the second quarter we go. It's 6-6 when Mekhi Jeffries facilitates the floor to find Jonathan Grady for the easy layup, cutting Y-High's deficit to 16-8. But the Rams go on to win this game 53-40. To junior college hoops, Cecil College visiting Chesapeake early on for Cecil. Darian Barrios Rivera getting the first couple of buckets to go for the Seahawks. Then Chesapeake fires back, pass to Brandon Hooks in the corner, and he nails the three. A whole lot more coming from him tonight. Later on, check out this guard play from the sophomore Hooks, floating in 2 off the and 1. Then, not long after, Cecil going back in transition, Sean Chandler to Ezra Toll, his first of many buckets he'd pour in for the Seahawks. 7 total off the bench from Toll in the first. On the other side, the CSD alum LaShawn Moody working the pick and roll with Keon Lang, the St. George's alum. Chesapeake led at half, but in the end, Cecil goes on to win 90-75. That'll do it for sports. Have a great night.
Coast TV is your home for the NFL. On Sunday night, tune in to watch the Los Angeles Rams take on the Philadelphia Eagles. And after the game, stay right here for your local news.
Coming up next, how you can dream big in Ocean City this weekend.
Delmarva's hit music station, 102.5 WBOC.
Ready to upgrade your drive? Visit buyatoyota.com or scan this QR code and start your journey today. Check out a Corolla, very affordable, with unmatched efficiency and tech that keeps up with you. Your new Corolla is waiting, with deals just a click away, like low 4.99% APR financing or lease across for just $259 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
When choosing windows and doors for your home, at Pella, it's your choice. We manufacture maintenance-free vinyl, fiberglass, and wood-clad windows and patio doors, all with lifetime warranties. High performance, energy efficient, and loaded with options to help make your house your home. Industry-first features and benefits make living easier and increase your home's value. Visit our Experience Center or call us today to schedule your free in-home consultation, where we bring the showroom to you.
You push it. You try to hold them shut, but your doors won't stay closed no matter what. Introducing Ruby Monkey Magnets. Ultra-thin magnetic plates that will keep your doors and drawers shut. Just peel to reveal the super strong adhesive. Place the monkey, then the magnet, and close. Installation is that simple, and now you have a door that will stay shut. The secret is the ultra-strong industrial magnet's powerful attraction that holds tight. Monkey magnets work on most surfaces and are perfect for cabinets, dresser drawers, sliding closet doors, and more. Even your outdoor problems are solved in an instant because they're corrosion and rust resistant. Call or go online now to get 8 sets of monkey magnets for only $9.99. Due to rising costs, this may be your last chance to get monkey magnets at this low price. There is a strict limit of 1 house pack per order. Call now.
Call 1-800-453-9032. That's 1-800-453-9032. Call or visit getmonkeymagnets.com. So call 1-800-453-9032 now.
Mark your calendars for the Children's Beach House Gala presented by Jack Wingo Realtors and Jack Wingo Asset Management on February 8 in Dewey Beach. This black tie evening features an open bar, auctions, dinner, and a performance by Kristen and the Noise. Your support helps empower children with special needs to build confidence, develop leadership skills, and thrive in a caring community. For more info, visit cbhinc.org/gala or call 302-841-9639. Sponsored by Coast TV.
Tomorrow is the first day for Dream Fest in Ocean City. It's the town's 2nd annual weekend-long celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. That's ahead of MLK Day on Monday. There's going to be live music, art expositions, and family-friendly activities. Again, it goes all weekend long.
So take a look at our Gateway Subaru camera and Ocean City, holding at 27 degrees right now. We're going to drop down to 23 by 2 o'clock under mostly clear skies, and then we'll dip to 21. Then we will tumble our way right on into the teens. Just all kind of uncomfortable cold on the way. By the way, our umbrella winner is Nancy Eisenhower of Selbyville, Delaware. Congratulations, courtesy of Paul Davis Restoration and Home Remodeling. Listen, we're keeping you updated on this Arctic front moving through for Sunday. You can simply go ahead and utilize that by calling our line. Your forecast is just a call away, sponsored by the law offices of Brockstead, Mandalis, and Federico. And then finally, here's a look at your exclusive 10-day forecast. I know it's cold right now, and I'm with you on that, but take a look at next week. After Monday, we're going to look for a high of only about 18 degrees, and then we'll dip to 7 after that.
You know, Paul, sometimes there's cold, and then that's real cold. I know, from Alaska. Thanks for joining us here for Coast TV News at 11.
For some more local news and local weather, you can download our Coast TV News app.
The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. That's what's up next.
We'll see you tomorrow for Coast TV News at 5 a.m. Have a great night.